Okay, we're gonna correct our practice test that you took. You should have already done this on your own. You should have answers and pencils already written down. If you have not done this, then I want you to go back and don't do this video yet. Do the answers on your own. This is our practice. It's not the real one. I want you to have your red pen out and we're going to make corrections. If you got it right, I want to see a star or a happy face so I can see that you're watching the video and that you're making corrections. If you made a mistake, then write in the correct answer with your red pen. Okay, but I do want to see those stars and happy faces. I don't want it just to be blank because then I don't know if you really corrected it or not. Okay? All right, here we go. What is the distance around the picture frame? Well, we learned in our lesson, since this side is 8 inches, the opposite side also has to be 8 inches. So I can write that in. And since the bottom is 6 inches, I know the top also has to be 6 inches. I know that they match. Now I can write my equation. 8 plus 8 plus 6 plus 6. Okay, 8 plus 8 is 16. 6 plus 6 is 12. 16 plus 12 equals, I'm looking at my ones place. I can do that in my head. It doesn't need regrouping. So 6 ones and 2 ones is 8 ones. 1 10 and 1 10, 2 10s. So my answer is 28 inches. Okay, number 2. Morgan is 46 inches tall. Jesse is 5 inches shorter than Morgan. So are we adding or subtracting here? We're going to be subtracting to figure out Jesse's number. Brad is 6 inches taller than Jesse. Are we adding or subtracting if he's taller than her? Okay, this means we're going to have to add his number to figure it out. Okay, he's taller, where he's going to be bigger. Okay, how tall is Brad? Okay, we need to figure out Brad. He's 6 inches taller than Jesse. Do we know Jesse's amount? We don't. We have to figure out his amount first before we can figure out Brad's amount. So how tall is Jesse? Jesse's 5 inches shorter than Morgan. So let's figure out Jesse's first. Okay, I'm going to write on the side Jesse. Okay, 5 inches shorter than Morgan, so I know I have to subtract 46 minus 5. 6 minus 5 is 1, and 4 minus 0 is 4. So Jesse is 41 inches. But that's not what the question was asking me. It's asking me about Brad. Okay, now we need Jesse's number, though, for us to figure out Brad. It said Brad was 6 inches taller than Jesse. So I'm going to take Jesse's number, 41, and I need to add the 6 inches. Okay, 1 plus 6 is 7, and 4 plus 0 is 4. So that means Brad was 47 inches. This was 2 steps to figure it out. Okay, number 3. Nick has a ribbon that is 8 yards long. Sophia's ribbon is 14 yards long. Pablo's ribbon is 4 yards longer than Sophia's. Use the measurements on the cards to complete the sentence. Okay, how long is Pablo's ribbon? Well, up here it told me his ribbon was 4 yards longer than Sophia's. So I need to look at Sophia's. Sophia's is 14. If his is 4 yards longer, it's longer than hers. Is that adding or subtracting? He's going to have a bigger ribbon we need to add. So let's add the 4 yards. 18. So Pablo's ribbon is 18 yards. Okay, we use that card. Now let's figure out Nick's ribbon. Nick's ribbon is blank shorter than Sophia's. Oh, we're comparing. We want to know how much shorter his is than Sophia's. So we know whenever you compare, you need to subtract. So we're going to take Sophia's. Sophia's is 14. And Nick's is 8. Let's subtract it. 14 minus 8. 4 minus 8, I can't do that. I need to regroup. And I still get 14 minus 8 is 6. So Nick's ribbon is 6 yards. Okay, Pablo's ribbon is blank longer than Nick's. Again, we are comparing whose is longer by how much. So we're going to subtract. I found out up here that Pablo's ribbon was 18 yards. And Nick's ribbon is 8 yards. So 18 minus 8 is 10. So his ribbon is 10 yards longer. And that matched the 3 cards that we had. Okay, number 4. Jake's mother drives 16 miles. Then she drives 8 more miles. Use the number line to find how far she drives and then explain your work. So you need to find 16 on the number line. Here's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is this one right here. I'm going to kind of just make it longer because sometimes it's hard to tell. So that one's 15. Now, at first she drove 16. So I'm going to mark the 16 tally mark. I might even put it on top just to make it easier to tell. I'm going to draw my arrow up to the number 16. Do you see that? There's my line up to 16. Okay, then if she drives 8 more miles, so my second one has to go 8 more. I'm already at 16. So I'm going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here. I'm going to draw my line and show that she went 8 more. Okay. How much did she go? Where did we land on? What tick mark are we at? This is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And that would make sense. 24 comes right before 25. So I'm going to put 24 right there. So that means she drove, Jake's mother drove 24 miles. Okay, and we need to explain it. You could just put the equation to explain it if you would like. 16 plus 8 equals 24. Okay, an equation can explain your work, so that's fine. Okay, number 5. Margot says that each unknown equals 36 centimeters. Do you agree? Say yes or no. So we're trying to figure out if these question marks equal 36. Okay, that one has to equal 36. This one has to equal 36. And this question mark has to equal 36. Okay, we're not trying to figure out if the equation over here equals 36. We're trying to figure out if the question marks equal 36. So we're going to go ahead and add them. And if it does equal 92, then that means yes, this question mark should equal 36. If it doesn't match up, then we're going to say no. So we're just going to put our addition equations on the side here. So we have 56 plus 36. Okay, 6 plus 6 is 12. Let's regroup. And in the tens place, I have 9 tens. Did it match? Did this equation equal? Yes, it did. So we're going to say yes, the unknown was 36. Now let's try the second one. I'm going to do it on this side this time, so I have more room. 62 minus 26, and I have to check to see if it equals 36. Okay, 2 minus 6, I need to regroup, so let's regroup. 12 minus 6 is 6, and 5 minus 2 is 3. Did it match? It does match, so yes, that equaled 36. Okay, the last one. Let's plug in the numbers and see if it adds up. 36 plus 45. Okay, 6 plus 5 is 11. I need to regroup. And on the tens place, 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Did that match? No, it didn't. So that means this number cannot be 36. That's incorrect. So we're going to say, no, it did not match. Okay, the question mark cannot be 36 on this equation because we did not get 71. Number 6. Seth got a pet snake that was 32 centimeters long. Now the snake is 56. How many centimeters did the snake grow? Okay, let's do a bar diagram to help us here. What was the biggest length the snake ever got to be? The biggest length was 56. So that belongs on top. When it started, it was 32. We don't know how much it grew. That's the question mark we need to figure out. So, do I add or subtract these two numbers? I need to subtract them. Okay, if I were to add them, that would give me an even bigger number down here, and the bigger numbers don't belong on the bottom. So let's subtract 56 minus 32. 6 minus 2 is 4, and 5 minus 3 is 2. So the snake grew 24 centimeters. Okay, Robin runs 22 miles in all on Saturday and Sunday. She runs 9 miles on Sunday. How many did she run on Saturday? Okay, we're going to write an equation to solve the unknown. So she ran 22 miles. So let's find 22 miles on this number line. Here's 20, 21, 22. Let's mark it. She ran 22. She ran up to here. Now, it tells us how many she did on Sunday, but we need to figure out the other day. So let's go backwards what she ran on Sunday, and then that'll tell us how many she ran on Saturday. So we need to go backwards 9 miles. Okay, so I'm going to count backwards 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we went backwards 9 miles. Okay, what number does this land on? This is 10, 11, 12, 13. This tick mark is 13. So that means on Sunday from here to here, she ran 13 miles. And our equation needs to be 22 minus the 9 equals 13. She ran 13 miles. Okay, and our last question. Jason has 19 inches of wire. He cuts off 9 inches. How much wire is left? Which of these tools could you use to solve the problem? Would we use a centimeter ruler? No, first of all, it's inches and not centimeters. That would not make any sense. Would we use paper and pencil to solve this? Yes, we could. And remember, we're supposed to choose all that we could use. So let's check the rest. Can we use a number line to solve this? Yes, we can use a number line to solve this. An inch ruler. You don't really need to use an inch ruler. Although an inch ruler can work like a number line, but technically you wouldn't use a ruler because we already know the measurements. So I'm just going to select those two. Okay, we need to write the equation. I'm going to go ahead, to help you out, let's draw a bar diagram. His wire was 19 inches. So where does that belong? Was that the biggest his wire is going to be, or is it going to get bigger? Excuse me. Okay, so 19 was the biggest his wire ever was because he cut some off. So now his wire is going to get smaller. So 19 belongs on top. He cut off 9 inches and we don't know how much is left. Now we can come up with our equation. 19 minus 9. And what is 19 take away 9? That's real easy to do in my head because in the ones place, I can subtract 9 minus 9 is 0 in the ones place. And in the tens place, I still have the 110. So 10 inches is our answer. Oh, I apologize. I'm just seeing now it said to draw a number line to solve. I'm sorry about that. Okay, if you did this because I'm doing it, that's okay. If you did a number line, then that means it was right. You were following the directions, unlike Mrs. Molnar. I'm sorry. So I'm going to do the number line up here. We should have had it at 19. He's cutting off, so we're going backwards 9, and we land on 10. 19 minus 9 is 10. Sorry about that. I'm going too quickly. Okay, when you take your test tomorrow, please don't go quickly like Mrs. Molnar just did. Go slow, read the directions carefully so you don't make any silly mistakes like that. Okay, I want to see your work. Upload the pictures that you corrected this. Tomorrow you're going to take your test on Pearson. And again, go slow, read them carefully, take your time so you get them correct. All right, good luck.